Self-image is related to how you view yourself in the mirror. However, it goes a lot deeper than this. This self-concept refers to how you view yourself both internally and externally. This means that self-image is how you see yourself in the mirror and what you think of yourself when you imagine yourself in your head. Self-image might sound very similar to self-concept, and while these are related, they both hold unique differences. Your sense of self-concept is larger and more overarching concept than self-image. It relates to how you view yourself, how you talk to yourself, and how you value yourself. Basically, your self-image is just a single element of your self-concept. In a similar manner, self-image and self-esteem are also closely related. How you see your self-image very much influences how you feel and yourself. The key separator is that self-esteem goes a lot deeper and refers to your confidence and how valuable you feel as a human being. If you have low self-esteem, this will greatly impact your self-image. You can't have one without having both, even if they are different ideas. Identity is another similar and connected concept with self-image. Your identity is the overall idea of who you believe you are. This is the whole picture of who you are, how you view yourself, who you show to the people around you, and who you tell the world you are. Self-image is just one piece of that big puzzle. Renowned psychologist Morris Rosenberg was to mention any study of the theory of self-image. He explores the topic in his book Society and the Adolescent Self-Image. His self-esteem scale is the most cited psychology scale ever. Most of his focus has been on the different concepts of self, including self-esteem, self-concept, self-worth, self-efficacy. His findings conclude that there is no unifying theory of self-image, but that self-image is based on our perception of reality and is built over time. It continues to evolve as we do, and it's something we can influence. There are different elements and dimensions that play into one's self-image. There are three main elements that will affect your self-image. These include 1. The way you perceive yourself or think of yourself and your life. 2. The way you interpret others' perceptions or opinions of yourself. And 3. Your ideal self and how you would like to be perceived. These elements of self-image are the lens through which you view yourself and develop perceptions of yourself. This is simply a framework for discovering how you think of yourself and finding a way to pinpoint what you need to improve on. Here are a few different aspects of yourself that are affected by your self-image, negative or positive. 1. Physical dimension, how a person evaluates his or her appearance. 2. Psychological dimension, how a person evaluates his or her personality. 3. Intellectual dimension, how a person evaluates his or her intelligence. 4. Skills dimension, how a person evaluates his or her social and technical skills. 5. Moral dimension, how a person evaluates his or her values and principles. 6. Sexual dimension, how a person feels he or she fits into society, masculine or feminine norms. But what do positive and negative self-images actually look like? Here are a few examples of positive self-image. Seeing yourself as a desirable and attractive person. Having an image of yourself as smart and intellectual. Recognizing a happy and healthy person when you look in the mirror. Believing that you are where you are meant to be and that you are at least close to your ideal self. And believing other people view you the same way as the examples that were just listed. Here are a few examples of negative self-image. Believing you are unattractive and not desirable. Thinking you are nowhere near your ideal version of yourself and chasing after impossible standards. Looking in the mirror and only seeing the negative aspects of yourself and your flaws. Seeing an unhappy and unalive person in the mirror. And lastly, thinking the people around you view you in a negative way as well. It is very harmful to have a negative self-image. When you believe untrue negative distortions of yourself, it can greatly impact your confidence, self-esteem, and mental health. Creating a positive self-image is just as important as working to imagine an accurate version of yourself. Without being able to see yourself in a positive way, you will never be able to see the worth you offer the world. By developing a healthy self-image, you will open yourself to new experiences and improve your overall quality of life. You will unlock new opportunities and open new doors for yourself you never thought was possible. Here are a few tips on how you can develop a positive and healthy self-image about yourself. Tip 1. Notice your sensitivities. When you are first working to create a most positive image of yourself, it can be hard to know where to start. The thing is, this world is harsh and everyone experiences unkind and unpleasant things every day. However, some people will be more sensitive to certain things than others. How you think of yourself and how you react to negative situations is likely a habit from childhood. It won't be easy to rewire, but it is not impossible. So, whenever you recognize that you are feeling negative about yourself or that you have started spiraling in a negative manner, try to figure out what triggered it. Tip 2. Work on yourself. By consistently prioritizing self-development and personal growth, you will effectively become the best version of yourself. This shows your mind that you are worth the effort. You can work on stopping bad habits, creating new healthy ones, and practicing passions that feed your soul. As you see yourself grow and as you care for your mind, body, and soul, you will start to feel more optimistic about yourself. You can work on developing yourself by setting goals with intentions, exploring your strengths, overcoming your weaknesses, and improving self-awareness. Tip 3. Connect with your inner child and have some fun. When you were young, you weren't aware there was anything wrong with looking or being different. Your innocence allowed you to just have fun and not care about what others thought. But as parents, teachers, and social media started telling us that something is wrong, you likely started to think you needed to change who you were. This inner child is still inside you. If you want to create a more positive image of yourself, you can go back to the younger version of yourself, connect with them, and let yourself have some fun. Laughing at what you think is funny, doing things you enjoy without thinking about others, and trying new things are just a few ways you can add fun to your life. Your self-image is not set in stone, and it is possible to get back to that state of childlike bliss. Tip 4. Don't deny yourself. No matter who you are with, no matter what they think, and no matter if they judge you, never change yourself to fit in with others. This is a lot easier said than done, but it will be a crucial part of developing a more positive image of yourself. You can do this by actively identifying and recognizing your strengths. Each day or week, sit down with your journal and write out what you are good at, things you have accomplished, and what you are most proud of yourself for, even if it is small. Tip 5. Honor your feelings. When you can tap into your emotions and recognize what you are feeling without judging yourself, you will find a peaceful retreat from the world around you. If you experience inner turmoil and are not able to sit with your emotions, you will never feel completely positive about yourself. You can start taking steps to honor your feelings by labeling them, letting yourself dive deeper into what triggered them, and then sitting with them until they pass. You don't need to push everything down, and you surely don't need to ignore what you are feeling. Doing this will slow your progress and keep you in a mindset of negative self-image. Tip 6. Learn to trust your intuition. Your intuition will tell you a lot about yourself and the world around you. If you want to connect with yourself in a more positive way, you are going to need to allow your intuition to lead you. This is all about trusting yourself enough to go with your gut feeling. You can learn to connect with your intuition more deeply by practicing meditation and mindfulness, listening to what your body craves, allowing yourself to feel and recognize your emotions, and letting yourself daydream and take risks. Tip 7. Come out of your shell. Your shell is what you have developed to protect yourself from the world over the years. It might be people-pleasing, a certain persona, or even just withdrawing and not trying new things. When you can recognize what you revert to as your shell, you can learn to break it down and step into your most authentic self. Tip 8. Be thankful. Positive thinking is a habit, which means it will take practice each and every day. A great way you get into the habit of looking at things optimistically is by being thankful for the little things in life. When you are in the mindset of recognizing the good around you, you will naturally start to see the good in yourself. And lastly, tip 9. Cut down on your social media time. If you want to live a life more authentic to who you are, stop comparing yourself and develop a healthier self-image by cutting down social media usage. You will find this to be really helpful. You might not even notice how scrolling affects you until you take a break or decrease time spent on social media. Here are a few different ways you can get started on your social media detox. 1. Delete all apps from your smart devices and wherever you access them the most, and if you don't want to delete them, then turn off all your notifications from social media. 2. Set time limits. If you don't want to delete your social media accounts, then give yourself a time limit on how much time you are using the apps daily. Set a timer. Give yourself a 1-hour time limit scrolling social media, and then after the hour get off. 3. Find something else you can fill your time with. When you have other passions you enjoy doing and that fill your soul, these will start to replace scrolling time. Remember that most of what is on there is against you. These apps are highlight reels of people's lives, their best angles and the best moments of their days. When you're comparing someone's perfect moments to your imperfect life, it will only hurt you. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.